The Wizard of Oz, when you think about the counterpart, you got to think about Wicked.
Okay.
The Good Witch and the Bad Witch. And that's what we're going to be reviewing today is Wicked.
When you said counterpart, I was thinking of The Wiz, but we already reviewed that. I think so.
We've done The Wiz before. So Wicked, Jules, go ahead and tell us what's going on in Wicked. So it's it's just PG, sorry.
PG, yeah. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
I think.
And this is part 1. And part 2 is not coming out till around this time next year, like November of 2025. Why are they waiting so long to put it out? I mean, I know that they got to let this do its run and sell the toys and do all the stuff with
the play is running in some places.
But they could put it out like in the summer or something, or in spring. Like, why we gotta wait a whole nother year for the second part?
For part 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
A whole nother year.
So let's talk about who's in Wicked, because right now the play is running in a few different places. So I do want to go see the play because I want to compare it to the movie. But let's talk about who's in the movie itself right now.
All right. So Cynthia Erivo plays Elphaba.
And that girl can belt out some notes, boy.
She can sing. And so can Ariana Grande, who plays Glinda, a.k.a. Glenda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Goldblum is the Wizard of Oz.
He was funny.
He was. Michelle Yeoh is Madame Morrible. Jonathan Bailey is Fiyero, and you'll remember him from Bridgerton.
Okay. That's that movie. That's a series that everybody was
Netflix.
going crazy over.
Yeah.
With the good-looking guy in there. Is that the
he's
one?
Handsome. Oh, there's a few good-looking guys in there. Yeah. There's several. Ethan Slater plays Bach, and Marissa Bode plays Nessa Rose. She's Elphaba's sister.
Okay. So what's going on in Wicked?
So this is the explanation from Broadway.com.
Okay.
It's a vivid reimagining of the classic The Wizard of Oz. Wicked spotlights the untold story of Oz's most famous or infamous characters, namely the Wicked Witch of the West and her unlikely friend, Glinda the Good Witch. The show follows the green-skinned star Elphaba from birth to college and through the life-changing events which eventually label her wicked, introducing spoiled rich girl Glinda, local prince and heartthrob Fiyero, and even the Wizard of Oz himself, a troubled man, very unlike the one you may remember. As Elphaba, a passionate political activist, if there ever was one, fights injustice and seeks to undo the mistakes of the past, dark secrets and personal tragedies shape the history of Oz, paying homage to the classic Wizard of Oz story while simultaneously changing fans' understanding of it forever. A cautionary tale about love, friendship, and trust, Wicked effortlessly reveals that there are indeed 2 sides to every story. That was a long explanation.
It really was, but it was thorough. It just summed up the whole movie. Summed up the whole movie.
So we were talking briefly before we started recording, and Thommi was saying that she felt like Elphaba should have been more wicked, according to what she heard about the play. Neither one of us have seen the Wicked play.
Right.
Before.
It's just what I was, just chatting with people who do theater. Because she wasn't wicked. She was just born in a particular way that made people think, oh, because you look like that, you must be scary.
And she was bullied, but they put the wickedness on her. But
they did.
I had never seen Wicked. I had heard of Wicked. I was not just totally unaware. And I, of course, saw the trailer, but I had never seen the play, and I had never looked anything up for it. So when I went, I was like, I just want to be fresh because NBC. I went to a Wednesday showing because they had a pre-screening showing.
Didn't you get gifts?
Yeah, when I went on Wednesday, and they had it at all the theaters on a Wednesday in the bigger theaters. I went to AMC and they gave me Lego. So I thought that was nice. They were like, here you go. It's like, thanks.
And some theater had themed drinks. They do that sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
When movies come out, they'll have themed drinks.
Themed popcorn holders. And all that jazz.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But they were talking about all the stuff coming up to it. They're like, don't sing along. The theaters don't want you to sing along right now and all this. And I'm like, I don't even know one of the songs, so I'm not gonna be singing along. I'm fine. And
I didn't.
I was kind of happy that the people next to me did not sing along. The
Thank
woman next to me
goodness.
seemed like she knew a little bit more about what was going on, and she politely whispered into her friend's ear, so they did not ruin the movie for me at all.
Yeah, if you whisper in their ear and I can't hear you,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do. Or step outside. Be courteous to people.
Yeah. So that, yeah. But NBC showed like a behind the scenes the week before, and they showed one of the scenes from the movie. So I specifically, or like I like to sometimes say specifically,
No, specifically.
did not watch that because I was like, I don't want to see any more trailers. I
Yeah.
don't want to see any behind the scenes. I want to see it fresh because I hate when I'm in there and I'm like, oh, this must be the part that I saw on NBC.
Yeah.
This must be that part when this in the trailer and that.
Kind of makes it boring for you sometimes.
Yeah, so this was fresh and I really enjoyed it. The singing was wonderful in my opinion. They even hit like operatic notes, but then I found out at least Ariana Grande in an interview that she did, she was talking about how she took vocal lessons and she did learn a little opera. And that's why her voice sounds so different than when she sings pop songs.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but they both decided to sing live instead of using a track. So even when Cynthia Erivo is flying, she's singing. And she said, I saw her in an interview today where she was talking about how she had to get used to it because the harness was like tight on her. And she's flying, so the wind, the air is going
And
into
it's
her mouth.
compressing.
Yeah, so she's
here.
like, she had to figure out how to do it, but she's doing it.
That girl got some skills.
Yeah, they
Got
both
some
do.
skills. And you know how hard that is to be
Bravo
singing
to both.
while you're acting at the same time?
And flying through the air and flipping, and Ariana Grande is on that chandelier and she's singing while she's doing that. They're both singing live through the whole
They're
thing.
the ish.
They both are.
The
And
ish.
they make me feel like, you remember, there was a time a couple years back when I went through a whole Barbara Streisand like movie
Really?
thing in my mind. Yeah. I love Barbara Streisand. I'm just gonna say that right now. And I've seen all these movies, but I went back and I'm watching them again, and the clothes and the singing and stuff. I just loved it. I just went through Netflix and put Barbara Streisand and just was going through.
Well,
all
she's
them.
a great actress. I haven't seen her in a while, but she's a great actress. So.
She is. And you remember how? So back then we had like a lot of like movies with music in it, not necessarily musicals, but she would sing a lot in the movies. I think that Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, whether together or apart, they need more movies like that. They could do it. They could do it. And their voices did not get on my nerves. The tone of their voices and the way
It didn't. I just got tired. For me, it was a cool movie, but it was just, I know it's a musical. I get it. It was just so much singing. There was barely any regular dialogue like we're talking now. It was just, hey, I need to go get a pencil. Let me sing about it.
Well, there was like only one part that I really remember that I was sitting there and I was like, please don't sing at this part. Please don't sing at this part.
And they did it.
And then they broke out into song. And I was like, but okay.
It was visually tasty to look at. The choreography was really cool. It was just a bit too much singing for me.
And not for me. I enjoyed it, except for that one time I was like, please don't sing right here. I didn't feel like it fit right there.
Now we got some fun facts, huh?
Practical sets were built and supplemented with CGI rather than being filmed on a green or blue screen.
Okay.
Director John M. Chu wanted the world of Oz to feel like a real place rather than computer-generated background. This included planting 9 million tulips to serve as part of the landscape for Munchkin Land. 9 million.
Who planted that?
The team. That's why you don't bootleg movies, because people have to get paid.
That's an insane amount of tulips. A very insane amount of tulips. Wow.
The name of the Wicked Witch Elphaba was created by taking the phonetic pronunciation of the original Wizard of Oz author L. Frank Baum's initials, LFB, which became Elphaba.
Elphaba. Yeah, 'cause that's a weird name.
Yeah.
It's a pretty weird name, Elphaba.
Published in 1995, Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West not only became a bestseller, but was adapted into a hit Broadway musical.
Yep.
That has become one of the longest running shows in history, earning an estimated $5 billion with the B in worldwide ticket sales since opening in 2003.
Yep.
What I heard about this too is that when it originally was going to be turned into something from the book, they originally thought of making it a movie, and then they decided, somebody said, let's make it a play first. And I was reading an interview with the person that wrote the book, and he was saying that this movie did even better than what he had imagined, than what was on his page. And he was kind of surprised by the way Cynthia Erivo tackled Elphaba's character, because she made her a little bit more well-rounded and loving, and not just like wicked.
Yeah,
you really got to see her plight. So
so you love her by the end of the movie. I mean, I kind of loved her in the beginning, but you love her. You love her character.
Yeah, he said it tackles themes like pain, tragedy, and how societal expectations shape who we are, and it sure did. Because I saw all of that. The way that she was bullied, the color, for the color of her skin. I was feeling that. Yeah, all of that.
We can relate.
This movie had like all different types of people in it. You had disability, people in wheelchairs. You had black people, white people, Asian people, all kinds of people in this. But she was the only one that was green, so she got picked on.
Yep. And we like that. We love the diversity.
Yeah.
We love it. Keep it coming.
Yeah.
So, how many clappers, not stars, how many clappers
are we
going with?
IMDb gave it 8.2 out of 10. The tomato meter gave it 90%. And the popcorn meter gave it 97%.
So people are loving it.
Yeah, it was the #1 movie in the box office this weekend, which we're filming this
probably
right before
still
Thanksgiving.
Is.
It made $165 million
in the
opening weekend worldwide. Yeah,
that's a lot.
$165 million.
That's a lot.
So,
and it's going to continue to make. Well, I got a feeling it's going to be at the top for a little while.
Yeah, and then there was rumors going around saying that Ariana Grande got paid more than Cynthia Erivo, but the studio came out and said no, they got paid the same amount, but they didn't say how much it was. Because on TikTok, you can't just trust what people are saying on TikTok. I can get on TikTok and say
anything.
They're saying Cynthia Erivo only got $1 million and Ariana Grande got 15.
And then people will just automatically believe it, not knowing who you are. Where'd you get your statistics from? Nothing. They just, okay, well, let me share it and believe it too.
Yeah.
Naivete.
That's not good.
Naivete.
But I'm going to give it a solid 4.
Solid 4?
Solid 4. I'd like to see it again. It was very entertaining. Some of the dance moves got a little cringe for me for a second because, I was a dancer when I was younger. So some of those moves, I'm like, watching it, I'm like,
can you do that? Should I try it?
No, I was looking like, that's corny. That's what I meant by corny. And I shouldn't probably even say that. I probably shouldn't have even added that because it was, for the most part, it was fine. But there was
some parts in there that were like, okay.
And
yeah,
not
that was
the
a little
library
amateur.
scene. The library scene was dope. I'm talking about like one of the opening scenes at the school. I was like, are we gonna throw the robot in next? Like, what?
like the one Lil' Kim be doing when she's on stage.
I like their costumes too. You know that this one's gonna pick up a lot of awards.
It was beautiful to watch. Very beautiful, very bright and colorful.
They're gonna get a lot of awards.
Nice,
and whoever planted all those tulips, you need an award.
Yeah, because
honey,
I don't know how you did that. Yeah, so I'm going with a nice strong 3.5. It was a good movie. All the extra music just bothered me for some reason.
It's a musical.
I know it's a musical, but I've seen other musicals like the one with Ryan Gosling. I mean, not Ryan Gosling. What's the one where him and Will Ferrell did a little while ago? We watched
Spirited.
Yeah, they didn't. It was
Apple TV.
Yeah,
I didn't really like that though.
I know you didn't like that one, but like some musicals have way more music than others do. And this one had a whole lot of it. And like I said, I know it's a musical, but it just started to irritate me. But I'm going with a strong 3.5, and I would recommend go check it out.
I recommend it as well.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you very much for tuning into our review of Wicked. Go check it out at theaters right now. Don't forget that Jules and I, we are on, first and foremost, Cash App. Any donations are appreciated.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Time for
season
giving.
Of giving. Yes, 'tis better to give than to receive. Don't forget, we're also on Facebook. We are on YouTube.
Right.
And we are on Instagram as well. And we take requests. So if there's something you want us to review, just let us know. We'll review it. shout you out on the show. It doesn't matter what genre it is. Just let us know. Chat with us on our posts. Let us know what you think about some of these movies. Enlighten us. Maybe there's something you know that we don't know. Enlighten us. We want to learn something new every day, right?
Right.
Right. There we go. All right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. We will see you back here real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.